inviting me for this interesting topic and giving me the opportunity to contribute to the discussions on trends on the labor market and this important topic, like what will be actually the parcours for the future. At the CEDEFOP, which is one of the European Union agencies, we have a mandate to really observe, like, also what is going on the labor market. And in my small team, we are observing few trends, which is digitalization, green transition, also aging of the society. And we try to understand how these trends are shaping and will shape the future demand for skills to inform our stakeholders who are vocational educational training providers. And when we are speaking about the stakeholders, we have initial VET, which is the education system, which is preparing young people to enter the labor market, but also continuous VET, which are training providers who are actually reskilling people to whenever they need to update their skill, which become outdated on the labor markets, to re-enter to the labor market again. And the topic of my presentation is digital skills will be essential for the future. And we heard already from Perla that European Union ambition is to really equip people with basic skills. So we know that the skills, the digital skills, are very important. There is also there are also more policy documents and policy strategies at the EU which are guiding the uptake on digital skills on the market. And one of them is also Digital Decade, which tells about the need of bringing to the market 20 million ICT workers. And why is it so? Like, why is it? Okay, can you still see my slides? Because I lost a little bit the navigation. And can you see? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, you can hear me. Okay, fantastic. So I was telling you about this 20 million ICT workers, and they will be needed because, like, we observe two major trends on the labor market. So the first trend is related to the people working remotely more and more often, and it's of course like the big change happened during the COVID time. But we actually see that this tendency of people being allowed to work online is kept by many organizations, and of course it requires people on the other side, ICT workers, to support all the infrastructure and make it possible for people to work online. But also we see the uptick of IT solutions in many different workplaces across many different sectors, and you can see that in manufacturing. Is it a manufacturing? Is it a wholesale or retail trade, or is it financial insurance activities? In the future, by 2030 and 2035, on average, the growth of ICT workers' demand will be stable of 2%. So we really see that the uptick of new technologies, of digitalization, robotization, and automation of tasking at our workplace is creating demand, additional demand for workers from ICT. But this particular our forecast for skills is not really saying a lot about like what type of ICT workers we will need. So at CEDEFOP, we also have a data which is coming from a project which we have together, which we are running together with Eurostat, which is European Union Statistical Office. So we scrap information from online job advertisements for all member states, plus Norway, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and Iceland. So we are collecting this information to really understand the demand for like very specific demand at the very granular level. And what we achieve with this analysis, we see that there are four main roles for ICT roles that are gaining ground, which are DevOps expert and product owners, and on the other side, it's data scientist and business information manager. So these roles are really reflecting what is going on at the company level. So for DevOps experts are the people who are combining operational needs with development of new IT tools. So they are kind of brokering between operational units and IT units. So in the past, we had software developers who were speaking their own languages and they were never understood by operation people. Right now, with DevOps expert is really the person who is making this intermediary between these two departments, making sure that the new technologies are really implemented very fast at the company level. And product owner, this increase in demand for this type of particular role is related to the fact that many companies implemented agile methodology in their workplaces. On the other side, like automation and digitalization means that companies have a lot of data that they can use to make their decisions better. And we see that data scientists and business information managers, those are two roles which are really crucial. The guys are equipped with skills to they can analyze the data faster, and they can make quite strategic decisions based on information that they retrieve from the systems with the use of machine learning modeling or artificial intelligence tools. Our data also not only allows us to see like which roles will be in higher demand or already are in higher demand, but also the granularity of online job advertisement data is actually allowing us to see which particular programming skills will be needed. So if we speak about the digital skills, yes, the goal is to really like equip people with basic skills, but we also speak about the high digital skills, which are the programming skills in the end. And we can see that over the years, the 5 main ones was the SQL, JavaScript, PHP, and CSS, HTML. But there are 2 languages which are becoming more and more demanded, which is Python and TypeScript. And these 2 languages are really related to the uptake of artificial intelligence in the workplaces. And when we are speaking about the digital skills, we see that digital skills uptake is not really about the IT roles. It's really about non-IT workers as well. So when we looked at the dimensions of requests for digital skills across sectors in 2019, prior to the COVID time, and in 2023, we clearly see that on average, like 20% more advertisements across different sectors are requiring digital skills, at least 1 digital skills. And of course, most often we are talking about the use of Teams for the remote work, but we clearly see that some changes are happening even, in the sectors we wouldn't expect to observe that much of uptake of ICT solutions. And one topic that appeared very like in the recent years is of course the AI-based technologies. We are talking about a lot about how disruptive AI-based technologies will be, and of course, like I'm sure you may use already the ChatGPT and other AI-based related tools, the generative artificial intelligence applications. We see that there is clear uptake of mentions of AI-related skills in online job advertisements, especially for the IT who are developing the tools, but also for the non-IT jobs. And you see that even in elementary occupations, people will be requested to work with AI-based technologies. And for in one of our foresight studies, where we discussed the future skills for the waste management sector, we were told that actually people who are right now recycling manually, they will be moved with in the future, because the recognition of the tools which are equipped with sensors and like visually, the tools which are recognizing the garbage from the belts are improving so much that actually in the future, people who are now involved in the manual recycling, they will be moved towards operating the machine. So they will be also requested to have some type of digital skills. And I mentioned already ChatGPT. We already see that it does AI technology was introduced in November 2022, but still, like in the past, we see that few mentions of requests for AI-related skills were demanded prior to the implementation of ChatGPT, most likely for the in the online job advertisement, they require ICTs to develop ChatGPT. But then look at what happened from March onwards. We really see that the AI skills specifically for mentions of generative AI or ChatGPT or Google Bard are increasing a lot. And what I want to end up my presentation with is to say that in the future, there are a lot of discussions about whether AI can replace us at work. I've heard a very nice statement made in the conference that was specifically dedicated on AI technologies, that workers with AI skills will replace workers with no AI skills, but AI will not replace workers at all. So have that in mind, and please equip young people with AI skills, because then if they will be equipped with AI skills, they will take advantage of these tools at work, and they will replace workers who will be lagging behind. So thank you so much for having me.